Happy Thanksgiving, everyone who's Canadian. Happy early Thanksgiving, everyone who's not Canadian, who's American, whatever. I'm sorry I haven't been on this channel for a very long time. I've just been going through a lot. Personally, apparently the lighting is changing. I don't understand why, but whatever. Why is it so dark all of a sudden? What is going on? Oh my gosh. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. Apparently it's deciding, the sun is setting for some reason at 3 o'clock. I've just been going through a lot, like personally, um, not even anything specific, just mentally, like in my head and whatever. And I kind of just needed some time and didn't really tell anyone that I needed time and just, took off. So that's how that went. Also, if you notice that I'm having trouble like getting my words out, it is because a lot of what I've been dealing with is the fact that I've been having trouble passing, and I've been on T for like uh, 10 months now, and from what I've gathered from people, it's more so my speech pattern, like obviously not my, there, the sun is out again, apparently, sorry. um, it's more not my voice, but my inflection and certain things I say, such as like, and how I pause in between talking, and I guess I'm not assertive enough when I'm talking. So that has caused me to have trouble even more than I usually do when I'm trying to talk, because I'm thinking about 50 different things when I'm trying to say something, and I'm trying to sound a certain way. So I'm sorry, you're just gonna have to deal with like this weird, like friggin' like Lion King, like light switching. Like apparently Mother Nature is drunk, and therefore the sun is just not doing its job. It's just very inconsistent. So the topic today, if you can see me, it looks like I'm in the dark, is about being an ally. I don't understand why someone would need like practice on how to be an ally, because it's just generally like, I mean, unless you want to be like an activist or something, then it's pretty simple. You just have to not be a dick and try to be knowledgeable about things and not ask rude questions or say rude things. I don't know, it depends, because everyone has a different limit for what they find as a rude or invasive question. I mean, if you ask me one question, I might answer it and not have an issue, but if you ask another person the same thing, they might find that very, prying into their life and whatnot. It's just person to person case. Obviously that's a big thing with being an ally, is don't assume that every one of us is the same, because we're not. It's not as though there's like some freaking like rule book for like trans people that you can just read and then be like, I know all of the I understand them all. One of the other things is obviously research. If you don't know anything, you should probably do some research instead of like, I don't know, it just bothers me that so many people, like, that's one of the main things about people asking questions that bothers me. It's not the fact that they're asking, it's just like, I know why you're asking, and it's just because you want to like hear it from me. It's like them getting you to tell an embarrassing story that you'd rather not, let people hear, because everyone Googles everything. Like, people have been, there's this big crisis with people Googling medical conditions and not actually going to see like practitioners or doctors. And like everyone says, like, stop using Google for everything. Like, go and ask people. But for this, it's like the opposite, because people, expect like trans people to just be like a personal like search engine for whatever they want to find out about that. Just fucking like Google it. I'm sorry, but if you really need to know, like, go on the internet. That's what it's there for. Like, obviously use resources that are legitimate and have good information, but like, you don't have to go and ask people every tiny explicit detail. I don't know, I don't really know what my feelings on allies are, because I mean, it's good, but in the same way, I just like I don't need someone to go and stand up for me. I can do that myself. I'm not like some, I don't know, I just think it reinforces the stereotype that we're just like these weak people that need everyone else to like go and do our shit for us, and it's like, no, I'm pretty sure we can handle it ourselves. That being said, I have nothing against allies whatsoever, because anyone who isn't going to be a dick and judge people for what they do, that's a good person. But I don't think they need to go and picket and friggin' like stand in rallies for us. I think that if people want to do that, fine, but I don't think it's necessary. It's our situation that we have to go through, and having people to help you along is great, but you don't want people to do everything for you. I don't know if that made sense, but maybe you get what I'm trying to say. The main thing, just don't. I don't know. I just like a lot of these tips. Whenever I see tips on how to be an ally, it's really basic stuff, and it's just like, no, that's not really being an ally. That's just fucking respecting someone. That has nothing to do with being an ally. Being an ally is usually like someone that stands up for people and like does stuff about rights and whatever. It's not use the person's correct name, use the pronouns. Like, okay, well, I have plenty of people in my life that do that, but are they trans allies? No, they just, either don't know, or I asked them and they were like, okay, I'm not gonna be an asshole. Like, I'll use the correct things and whatever. I don't know. It's just there's a difference between common sense and just respecting someone and advocating and whatever. Like, it's two different things. I don't know. It's Thanksgiving. Whatever. Happy Thanksgiving. Goodbye.